Hey, welcome to my journey into another weigh-in video. Now listen, y'all just gonna have to get on board with this bedhead this morning, cause Mama don't care. Mama ain't worried about it today. I don't plan on leaving the house, but you know what? Even if I did, I'd go out like this. I just put a coat on though, cause it's cold. But I'd go out with my head like this. I don't care. Anyway, so for this weigh-in, I was thinking I did good. Cause, hold on. Okay. Cause I didn't hardly eat. And I just thought, well, I probably lost weight just for the fact that I didn't hardly eat. It don't work like that. It just don't work like that. What did I say last week? I jinxed myself. I called it up. I said something about I have a loss. I said, but you know I'll be having a gain. You always do. I mean, there's some people that they'll lose and lose and lose and lose and never have a gain, but the typical person will have fluctuations, ups and downs. And so I had to up this week, 2.2 pounds. And I'm like, well, I guess if I'm thinking about it, I really know why. Well, David was sick. I'm telling y'all, sick as a dog. That flu had him down for the count. And that man don't get down for nothing. He works through anything. Pain. If he ever does get sick, which he never does, but he works through pain all the time. And you don't hear him complain about it. You don't even know. He has told me before about when so-and-so, I'm like, what do you mean? You didn't tell me. He just let it slide. Didn't bother telling me. And this could be 6 months down the road. I'm like, what are you even talking about? You know? So, but he, oh my God, he was so sick. Well, he didn't eat. He hardly ate a bite of food for 4 days. And so I didn't cook. And I didn't have any good suppers. Because I sure didn't cook for myself. No, sir. I have said this on numerous occasions. If I didn't have to cook for him, I wouldn't cook, and I would just live on skinny meatballs or who knows what. Well, I couldn't, because I was like a flounder. What am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? You know, I did pretty good during the day. I didn't eat a lot. I had my food prep. No, I didn't. I take that back. I didn't prep my food till Saturday, and that was already in the middle of it. So from Saturday on, I had food prepped. But for breakfast, I'd have my shake. And I'm telling you, like today I had my shake, and it really ain't held me. Usually it does, but today, oh, it ain't held me at all. I'm so hungry right now. I'm so hungry. I mean, I had it early because I was up early, and I got hungry. So I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and have it. I mean, my body don't know what time it is. It just knows it's hungry. And so I had it, but it didn't do any good. Not a lick of good. So if that starts happening, I guess I'll go back to eating food. I don't know. It's just so easy to have that shake, which I get tired of them when I have to plop in a food every now and then. But for the most part, well, they're extremely convenient. And for the most part, they hold me off. But not today for some reason. But, so I had my typical breakfast, my shake. And I didn't leave the house because he was sick and I didn't know what he needed. So I wasn't going to leave and leave him here in case he needed something because he was so weak. It about killed him to go to the bathroom. He did. He said, I just dread going to the bathroom. Just having to get up, you know, from the couch. And so I was taking care of him, because you know that's what you do. And I didn't want to leave, so I didn't leave. I didn't leave till, when did I shop? Yesterday? This is Thursday. I shopped yesterday, Wednesday, so we went to urgent care Thursday, and I didn't go back out of the house until yesterday. Well, I didn't really eat good. There, for 2 days, I was sick, and so I ate kind of off. I didn't lose. He lost his appetite. I told him, I said, I never lose my appetite. you got to really do something to me to make me lose my appetite. I've never been one of those people to lose my appetite. I mean, I'd have to be like throwing up sick to not want to eat. And that would only be because I wouldn't want to throw it up. Not because I wasn't hungry, I'm sure. But I didn't track because my schedule was all off. With him being home and like it was off kilter, and so I didn't track. I would start and then I would eat something that I'm like, oh, I don't even know how to count that because I didn't feel like taking the time, so I was really bad about that. I was not a good dieter, but my diet was not good. Dieter in the sense of dieting, but my diet in the sense of the food that I eat was not good. I didn't have a lot of bad food because there's not a lot of bad food in the house. I had 1 can of skinny meatballs for supper one of those nights because it was in there with Jacob and Sebastian's stuff. They don't eat that. I bought that for me back. I don't remember. Me and David was at the store or something, and I threw a couple cans in the buggy. I'm like, oh, I feel it because every now and then I need a can of skinny meatballs. So I had that, and then I'm trying to think. Now, we did get a pizza the night he got his appetite back. We got a pizza because that's the night I started feeling bad. I'm like, oh, I don't think I can get over there and cook because I was feeling bad. So we got a pizza, and I had a piece of pizza. That I couldn't eat the whole thing. I'm finally getting that where I feel full at a time. So I ate that piece of pizza, and then sometime later on that night, in the middle of the night when I was having a hard time sleeping, I ate another piece. And then the next day I ate another piece. So I didn't eat 3 pieces altogether, but I did eat 3 pieces at 3 different meals. So for 3 meals, I had pizza. So, and I consider in the middle of the night a meal because I was eating as a meal. Could I have gone without eating? I could have, but I was hungry. So those were not exactly great choices. The 1 piece, that's fine, because 1 piece ain't gonna make or break you. But I could have done without the other 2, but they were there and they sounded good, and so I had them. Then I'm trying to think. I didn't eat no kind of tater chips, no snack cakes, no cookies. I don't have any. I do have cookies, Oreo cookies, but I ain't been touching them. I did have a handful of animal crackers one day, which, my goodness, there ain't enough sugar in the animal cracker to do nothing with. At least it don't taste like it, put it that way. So that was a carb, I'm trying to think. If I'd have tracked, I could look back on it, but I just, the big and the short, the long and the tall, how's that? The long and the short, the big and the tall, I don't know. The way it goes is, I didn't eat very good. I did not eat my protein in any way, shape, or form. During the day, I didn't get it. And for supper, I sure didn't get it. Some nights, I didn't even hardly eat because I didn't cook and I couldn't find nothing. I might eat a piece of cheese. And so I did very poorly eating. So that's the only thing I can contribute those things to gaining 2.2 pounds, other than the fact it was just a fluctuation. I could go in there tomorrow and weigh and not be up, So I figured, next week, like John said, it'll come off. I figure it will. I mean, because I'm back on track, David's back to work. I'm back to my schedule, back to things the way they're supposed to be. So anyway, long story to let you know. I think that's what happened. So I don't think you can go and necessarily starve yourself, but sometimes people say, I don't think I eat enough. That can be true in some instances, maybe you don't eat enough volume, but you're eating the wrong things and you're still not losing. So I think it comes down, John always says points are created differently. Points are not the same. That's what she said. All points are not the same. All calories are not the same. All carbs are not the same. So the carbs in that pizza did me no favors. Where the carb in the tater, which I did misspeak, whoever told me that, I did misspeak. Sweet taters and taters are complex carbs. They would treat my body differently. A tater would treat my body differently than the crust on that pizza. So, but anyway, that is how it went this week. Now let me tell you, my little boy, Holly said this morning, he's got a cold and she's going to watch him. If it gets any worse, she'll take him to the urgent care, get him tested for COVID or the flu, make sure it ain't none of that. And he wasn't up here, so he didn't get around us because I told her don't come yesterday. They come on Wednesdays, I told her, I said, don't bring him up here. I said, we might be feeling better, but there's just too many germs still active in this house. So that's why I went shopping yesterday. I didn't go Tuesday because I didn't feel good Tuesday. And the only thing I got now is like, you see me just a little bit of a, like I called him on my video yesterday, what I tell Jacob, the sniffies. Because he asked me that one time why I was doing that. Like that, I was like that. He said, why do you do that? We were sitting in the middle room. Why do you do that? I said, I got the sniffies. So then he started going. But listen, y'all hear it on my haul video tomorrow. But guess what? You're going to hear it again today. You hear it today and be prepared. You're going to hear it tomorrow. I got out into my car from the C-Van and I was getting my phone out of my pocketbook and I seen it was ringing from Snapchat, a video chat. I thought, oh, okay, that's unusual for Holly to video chat. But I'm like, okay, well, whatever, obviously I'm going to answer it. Well, when I answered it, there's Jacob's little face. Yes, he had wanted to call Momo. Now, he had been gone all morning with Holly and his other, he calls him Papa instead of Pawpaw, to Discovery Place. He said, not the same Discovery Place, because I went with him before. He said, it's a different one. He said, Discovery Place Science. I said, oh, okay. So we talked all about that, but he had been out with them all morning and just got in the car and decided he wanted to talk to Momo. So he called and talked to Momo. Ooh, that makes me so happy. It makes me so happy that he thinks about me. I sure missed him this week. I declare to my soul, I missed him this week. That'll be 2 weeks without seeing him. That's too much. That's just too much. So hopefully he won't have anything bad. Maybe his was just a cold. But they go to church and, he's around other children. They pick up everything coming and going. Excuse me. So I'm sure he picked up something from somebody over there. But I don't know what we're going to talk about. I really don't have anything going on today. Pardon moi. I took French in high school. What'd y'all take? Did y'all take a foreign language in high school? I took French. I loved it. I enjoyed it. Took 2 years. Yeah, I took 2 years of French. I was pretty good at it. Of course, it's French with a southern twist. It's not really. I don't know if they'd understand me if I actually went to France. Well, I couldn't now. I can remember, pardon moi, s'il vous plaît. That sounds real French. You know what I'm saying? I can remember, je m'appelle Kim. My name is Kim. I can remember that. So, other than that, I don't remember anything, but I enjoyed it. I remember sitting in French class one time. That just come to me. I was sitting there in class one day, and all of a sudden, I got a nosebleed out of nowhere. I just had to get up and I couldn't even talk to the teacher. I just had to get up and run out of class and run to the bathroom. I don't even know how it happened. Well, I don't even know how I just remembered that. I just did, thinking about sitting there in class. I could see how the class was set up like that. And I was sitting over here with the window behind me. Listen, I'm getting better at these things. I started taking them vitamins. I'm here to tell you. I looked up. Just go and do you some research. I ain't going to tell you what to take. No, sir. No, sir. I ain't going to tell you what to take. Go do some research on vitamins and minerals, whatever, that's good for brain function, cognitive issues. Go look it up. I bought all that stuff. I get my stuff from VitaCost. I ain't sponsored by them. That's just where I've always ordered my stuff from for years. And started taking it, and I can tell the difference. I can tell the difference. I think better. My mind is more clear. I'm quicker on things than I was. I'm having recall of things that I thought I had forgotten, that I didn't know that I'd forgotten because I'd forgotten them. You know how that goes. How do you know that you forgot it? Because you forgot it. So you don't know that you forgot it. You know? So, anyway, that was that. I don't know what else we could talk about. Oh yeah, let's talk about this. I cut these out of my magazines. I had got some magazines at Wonders, and I was going through them, cutting stuff out, you know. And this was the one that I first read, was Honey. I don't even remember what magazine it's come out of. Take it with a grain of salt. It come out of a magazine. Look it up. But you know honey's good for you. Mixing a spoonful of honey into yogurt adds a touch of sweetness, and researchers in the Journal of Nutrition say it can also support gut health. Yogurt is rich in probiotic bacteria that feed on sugars, like those found in honey. So when study subjects ate yogurt with honey, more of the healthful bacteria survived in the gut during digestion, resulting in a better digestive health, mood, and brain function. Well, I told you the other day, what day was we talking? It might have been, I was just talking yesterday, and you'll see it tomorrow. I used to like to eat honey on yogurt. That would help me get it down. And then I found this one. Protein powder fends off muscle loss. Nutrition experts advise eating 30 milligrams of protein with each meal. I told you that's all you can digest or metabolize, or whatever the word is I'm looking for. That's all your body will use. No matter what you eat, your body will use 30 grams of it. That was told to me by our bariatric nutrition. If it's not for anybody other than bariatric patients, I don't know, but I think it is. 30 milligrams of protein with each meal to ward off age-related muscle loss. To get the perks, whip up a cool, creamy protein pudding. Simply stir together 1 cup of Greek yogurt, 1 scoop of chocolate protein powder, and here we go. Here's the honey part. 1 tablespoon of your favorite sweetener for a tasty treat that packs 30 milligrams of muscle-building protein. Honey. Use honey as your sweetener. There's your honey and there's your yogurt. So, I need to try that. Also, Tracy sent me something. I can't remember what it was now. You can make a pudding with the Fairlife chocolate protein drink and powdered protein mix. But this just uses protein powder. So if you have protein powder, maybe you don't really care to drink it, and do you want to use it up, mix it in. It says a cup of yogurt, a cup of Greek yogurt, and a scoop of chocolate protein powder, and a tablespoon of sweetener, which I would use honey. If the honey and the yogurt are going to play together to give you beneficial bacteria in your gut to digest things and make things go better in your body, then that's the sweetener I would use. So, listen. I seen a news report, weather report, and this is from a local weatherman, not from some, far off, that around the 20s to 26-ish area, we could see some winter weather. I don't know how they know that far off. He said, of course, he'll keep tracking it, but it could be possible. So all you people up there that got the snow that says you wish you could send it to me, you can still send it to me, but you can wish that I will get my own. There's a Facebook memory from 11 years ago. Facebook. Did I say Facebook? What did I just say? Facebook? I don't know. Facebook memory I had from 11 years ago. We had this really big snowstorm, and I had took pictures of it. And that was when I still had the woods in front of my house. And my tree wasn't near as big. It was a big tree, but not like it is now. And no leaves on it. And I could see straight through it. And I could see the woods behind it and snow everywhere. Oh, it was beautiful. And everything outside just covered in snow. It was nice. And I remember my big bowl out there just mound over with snow. Made snow cream. Yeah, so see, we used to get snows, and then it just like stopped. I don't know why, it just stopped. So, but today's what, the 13th? Oh, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. That's what some people call it, and that, you know what, is fine by me, Valentine's Day. I think that might have been what I called it when I was a kid. I can't give Jacob his Valentine's present. I got it sitting over here in a bag. I'll just have to give it to him when they come up next week, which he don't know the difference. He don't know Valentine's Day from Job's house cats, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, anything else? I feel like we need to talk about something, although there ain't no law that says I can just cut it short. Hold on a minute. Okay, let's see if we can find anything in our 365 Days of Wonder. You can see all the places we have talked about before. And you know when I pull something open, if I don't like it, we go to the next one. So I've got my finger in here. Oh, we've already been to that page. Look, it went right to that page with the yellow. That's stupid. And that's too deep. I can't be talking about that deep stuff. Let me try again. Ooh. Yeah. Let me mark this page before I forget we were here. Ooh. This is part of my favorite quote. I have two favorite quotes. One is from Rocky. The whole big long spiel about it's not how hard you get knocked down is how it's not. Oh, y'all know what I'm talking about. Now, I've done read this one. I can't get that one in my head. Then the other one is Herman Munster talking about your character. Those are my two favorite quotes of all times. One's from a movie, one's from a TV show. But they're good. So listen here. It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up. Vince Lombardi. So, we get knocked down. I got knocked down this week looking at that scale. Oh, my Lord, help us. I knew I was going to tell y'all something. Okay. Sorry to stick my bed head in your face. My chair kind of leans to the front, and I'm all time sliding off of it. This is better than a victory on the scale. This is a non-scale victory. It is a victory that I never thought I would see the day. I kid you not. I call these my haunches. So up here's your hips, and back here's your butt. Well, that flabby blobby thing in between, I call my haunches, because they're not your hips and they're not your butt. They're just where you were really big and fat, and it's just a blob of skin that's still full of fat that just hangs. I mean, it's just there. Like, here's your body, and here they are. You see what I'm saying? Here. Okay, so let's say here is this side of your body, and it's like they're terrible. And when you go in the bathroom, you look in the mirror, and you can just see them just. Okay, so I was laying in bed the other night, And I had put my hand on my side to rub it or something. I'm like, I started doing this. I'm like, wait a minute. That don't feel right. So kid you not, I rolled over to the other side. I was like, that one feels the same. So I got up the next day. I'm like feeling myself. I didn't go look in the mirror. And I didn't look in the mirror when I got in the shower. I wasn't thinking about it. I don't just stand there and look at myself naked because I don't like it. But I was walking up and down the halls feeling myself. And I went and told David, I said, I think these things are going down. So I was in the bed last night and I said, okay, I'm going to test it. I'm going to roll it. When I lay on my right side, it pulls on my back so hard. It hurts. But I still like to roll over. I roll back and forth, right to left, back and forth. So I'm like, I'm going to roll over because the reason I started to be able to sleep in the bed from the chair was because I lost weight. And I think the way my butt fat went down in the back and that bottom like back fat went down, I was able to lay there and be more flat on the bed, not have a hump of fat arching my back the wrong way. You know what I mean? Giving it the wrong curve. So that helped me get back in the bed. Well, I'm like, let me see if this makes a difference when I roll over. I rolled over, and guess what? It didn't pull, and it didn't hurt. So this morning, when I got in the shower, I said, David's got a mirror he uses when he shaves. He sets it up there in the bathtub, or when he cuts his hair, and sets it up there in the bathroom, in the shower, on top of like the faucets, so he can see what he's doing, because he just buzzes his own hair. And so it's like a mirror about this big. So when you walk in the bathroom, you can see yourself. So when you take your clothes off to get in the shower, it's right there because the shower's right here. I'm like, I'm going to look and see. And I stood there and looked. And I looked. I'm like, and I was doing this. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was turning sideways. You almost can't see them from the front. So where before they felt like this, now they feel like this. You see what I'm saying? So maybe I didn't lose weight on the scales in the number, but honey, these things have gone away. I don't know where they went. I don't really care where they went, but they went somewhere. And it feels awesome. It feels like I want to jump up and down and shout it from the rooftops because I didn't think these were going to go anywhere. Now there's still some there. It's not completely flat, but oh my gosh, if you could have seen it, look, I'm feeling it right now. If you could have felt it before, the humongous difference that it is now would astound you. So that's what dawned on me when I was going to say I could have got knocked down by the scale, but I have to get back up. That dawned on me. I got to tell y'all about my haunches. I don't know what they're called. They're just haunches to me. So, listen, keep the faith. I'm telling you, I did not think they would go away. I thought they were going to be a part of me for life. Now, even when I lose all my weight, there'll be some skin there, obviously, because you can't stretch this much skin and expect when you shrink your fat down for the skin to shrink back down. That skin that ship has sailed. It's lost its elasticity. It's just going blah, 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 blah. So it just is what it is. But anyway, what we're talking about, it's not, what did he say? Let me read it to you again. It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up. That's it, honey. We get knocked down. We get knocked down by circumstances in life. Obviously, circumstances will come along and just sucker punch you. And I'm not even going to say some of you. I'm going to say all of you. I can guarantee everybody watching this video right now has somewhere in their lifetime been sucker punched by something. Maybe the thing that knocked you out kept you out longer than others, but you got knocked out nonetheless. Don't minimize what happened to you. I've been sucker punched plenty in my life. Plenty. I think that's why I'm so cynical and why I'm such a negative Nelly, which I would never know, but I am. I am a pessimist. And I think that's because of getting knocked down so many times. But here I am in front of you. I got back up. And if we're talking about weight loss, I have been knocked down by diets forever. I never dieted hard or genuinely until 2018. The years before that, I would try one every now and then. I'd be like, forget it. And then I would try it again for, a few years, whatever. I'm like, I think I might try to lose weight. Oh, forget it. I ain't doing that. So then I really started trying in 2018, and I've tried ever since. Now, there have been times when I have said, oh, I got to take a break. I can't do this anymore. I'm burnt out. And so I would, excuse me, I just about couldn't talk. Where I have taken breaks from, whatever I was doing to try to lose weight. But that knocks us down when it doesn't work the way we think it should work. That's why I jump around, because I was like I called David one dose manus. Listen, it's been a few weeks, it ain't working. I better go on to something else because this ain't going to work for me. A lot of things I did not give long enough to see if they would work. Some things I did, and they did work, and then I would get off track, and then I could never get my mojo back on that thing. So, I'll try something else, Sometimes I think we try new things because we get bored. We want something fresh. We want something different, But when our diet or our life, whatever it is that knocks us down, okay, it knocked us down. But the important part is getting back up. So if you are sitting there today and you have been knocked down, accept that you were knocked down, process it, do whatever it is you got to do to get over it and get back up. Whatever has knocked me down in the motivation department, I don't know how to get over it. I don't know how to process it because I don't know what caused it, but I know I got to get back up. Unless it's just my history of depression that's running through there. Those are things I'm not going to tell you to get up from that. No way. I will tell you to go see somebody. I will tell you to go try to get it fixed. But I will not tell you if you're depressed just to brush it and get up, because that is not how true clinical depression works. If you are sad about something situational, that is easier to get up from than something that is just clinical brain depression. I have had both. I have had situational depression where there was something that happened and it just sent me into a tailspin of depression that I had to just work through and let run its course, and then it did, and I was better. So those are things you can get up from on your own, but you just have to give it time. I can't put a time frame on that for you. That's dependent on you, on your situation, all that works together. I can't say. So if it's depression that's got you knocked down, you go talk to somebody. Y'all know I'm a huge mental health advocate. Huge. I believe in going to see somebody. If you need to see somebody, don't worry about no stigma attached. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Heart patients go see a heart doctor. Lung patients go see a lung doctor. Kidney patients go see a kidney doctor. Why can't brain patients go see a brain doctor? Not just the physical touching the brain doctor, the mental part of the brain doctor. That's a psychiatrist. You might want to see a psychologist, but go see somebody. So anyway, that's that. I'm not talking about you. So no, I'm not talking about you. That's different. When life knocks you down, when your diet knocks you down, since we're talking about some weight loss here on these weigh-in Thursdays, if your diet has knocked you down, figure out a way to rise above it. And if it is changing plans, well, by golly, change that plan. There ain't nothing written in stone that says you have to do this your whole entire life. I don't care if every friend you ever met is on diet XYZ and y'all have been doing diet XYZ together for 10 years. If you think XYZ ain't working for you, tell your friends, I love y'all and y'all my friends, but I got to do what's right for me. Get on up and do something else. If you're getting off, let's say tracking, has knocked you down, and I know Vince Lombardi's talking about more than tracking food, but we can take it and apply it to our diet. If eating protein, you quit, and that one, I got to get up from that one. It ain't knocked me down, but it's about knocked me out. I got to get up from that one, because over this past week, I was not doing good at that at all. Not at all. My protein yesterday, I did a little bit better, but it had carbs. I've got popcorn chicken down there that I can't let go to the waste. I just can't. Even though it's full of carbs because it's got bread on it, I've got to eat it. It's the one David, he apparently doesn't like or anything because he doesn't eat it. He has me buy different stuff for him. So I've got chicken things down there that when I wasn't worried about carbs, I bought. And I've got to eat it up. So if carbs go over one day or two or whatever, that's just have to be it. I am on the quest to eat high protein and low carb. But if I have days where eating some food that I don't want to go to waste, messes that up, then I kind of just have to overlook it. And these are some things that you can take into account when you're doing a diet. Sometimes there are different little things that come into play, like food waste. I know I have been on, oh my gosh, I've been on a jag of I'm going to eat like this. I can't have this in the house. And I would call the kids, get this food. Get this food. I ain't eating this no more. And that would last about this long, and then I'd be out all that food. So this time around, doing the high protein, low carb, I ain't changed it. Because I ain't changing nothing I'm cooking for David. And we don't really have, he's got chips and things over there. There's that bag of chips. I apologize. That bag of chips that came with the wrong order, about a month ago? He ain't even opened it. I ain't even opened it, and I ain't opened it. So, there's a bag of pretzels in there we hadn't even opened. That's been there since, I think, Christmas. Because I bought an extra one that I thought I needed and I didn't. And so it's been in there. We ain't opened it. So we don't have the, as far as like snacky kind of crappy food. I might have crappy food, but not crap. You see where I went with that. We do have a lot of food. We got, a lot of canned foods, because I do rely on canned foods. Beans and all kind of beans. And tomato products, corn, broth, soup, just little odds and ends, vegetables, things like that. Because I was raised up on canned foods, and I don't see nothing wrong with canned foods. They pick it, they take it to the cannery, they can it. So, no biggie to me. And a lot of things I don't like frozen. So I'd rather have it in a can. I guess because that's how I was raised. I wasn't raised on frozen vegetables. Like green beans. Me and John were talking about that. I wasn't raised on no frozen green beans. I don't like frozen green beans. I like canned green beans. So, listen. You can only run so far from your raising. And y'all know that. But anyway, our quote that we're going to stand by this week is not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get back up. So when something knocks you down this week, don't lay down there. What have I told y'all in the past? How many times have I told y'all in the past? It is okay to have a pity party. Just don't live there. Haven't told y'all that in probably a couple years. Because I've had pity parties. Yes, I have. Thank goodness I didn't live there. That's the part that's bad. When the pity party knocks you down, you don't live there. You get back up. You can have it. Pity parties help you express emotions within yourself. It helps you work through things, to process things. There's nothing wrong with the pity party. Just don't live in that pity party for your whole entire life. You're doing yourself no favors, and trust me, you're not doing the people around you no favors. So do what you got to do to process it, to think it through, to work it through, then get on up. Just get on up. When your diet knocks you down and you think, what do we always say? I fell off the wagon. I set the wagon on fire and drag it down the hill or something like that. You know what I'm saying? If your wagon is sitting down at the bottom of the hill on fire, get your fire hose, put it out, drag it back on up the hill, clean it off a little bit, straighten it up, and get back to going. But guess what? If that's not the wagon you need, then finish burning that wagon and get you a new wagon. That's what I'm telling you about your diet plan. If that old one ain't working, don't get back in that same wagon. Get you a brand new wagon and try it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong at all. No, sir. So that's where we went today. You get knocked down, you get back up. Anybody get knocked down takes no effort. No effort whatsoever. None. The effort is getting back up. That's where you got to put the hard work in. That's where you got to get that intestinal fortitude to stand yourself back up. Depending on how hard you get knocked down. But you know what? That's relative. Because some people can get knocked down with something really, really hard. And then some people, not as hard, but it hits them as hard. So the impact on the hit that wasn't as necessarily hard as the hard hit, the impact on that person is the same, because everybody's not meant to take everything the same. I can take some things better than other people, and other people can take some things better than me. So really, if you think about it, this whole world is relative. Everything is relative. Life is relative. Everything is not the same for everybody. We're all different. We see things differently. We feel things differently. We experience things differently. We process things differently. So we emote things differently. But anyway, it's not whether you get knocked down. It's whether you get back up. And I want you to get back up today. That is what I want you to do. I want you to commit to getting back up. So that is all we will talk about today. And I will have a chat in the hall up for you tomorrow that I did yesterday. So I've got to finish editing that thing up today. They have it ready for in the morning. So I will see you then.